Hello, I'm Simon, and you don't need to look at the slides. You can just look at my jacket with the limited edition logo, Einstein logo here. So as Alexi mentioned, I work at the Salesforce Einstein group. I'm leading the product management of the Einstein platform. So it's the magical word Einstein that everyone's hearing about, Salesforce Einstein. So to explain it a little bit concretely what it is, Einstein, everything AI about Salesforce, we call it Einstein. But you can see it in two levels. One is on the product level. So we have different business lines, right? Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Service Cloud, Analytics, Commerce, acquisitions last year. So there are multiple business lines. And we want to add AI capability to all these products. And so on the product level, whenever it's intelligent, make use of AI, machine learning, deep learning technologies, we call that Einstein. But under that, who is powering all this applications development? So that's my group, Einstein platform. So there's the development platforms underneath that enable all these groups, the developers, data scientists, to build this intelligence applications. And we call that Einstein platform, at least for now. So myself, a little bit background. I started a company called Prediction.io about 4 or 5 years ago. And the mission is very simple. It's to make machine learning AI development easy for developers and for data scientists. And one problem that I tried to solve in the previous startup, as well as in Salesforce here, is every prediction problem is unique. How do we make it easy for developers to build AI applications? You don't want to have a team of 100 people to build one single predictive applications every time. It doesn't make sense. So is there a way to make it as easy as using a database server? Just standardize it so that everyone can learn the same skills and solve all the problems. The reality is extremely complicated because, back to the point, every prediction problem is unique. Think about it. When you say the product recommendation engine, which is the classic case of using data to predict customer preferences, you can say, oh, we just need one recommendation engine and it solved the world problem. The reality is you see that companies investing millions and millions of dollars to build custom recommendation solutions. And it's because the business requirements is different, the business goal that they want to optimize is different, the data is different, user behavior is different. E-commerce companies selling clothes is very different from the insurance company selling just a few products, and you need to make recommendations. So the first attempt I did is to open source the product. And that's why Prediction.io is an open source project, and now it's Apache Prediction.io. Essentially, it's a solution for engineers, developers. If you want to modify the code, if you want to add your custom business logics into it, you can do it because it's open source. So we provide template, easy to use, but then you can modify it. So the reason why I mentioned it is this approach worked in the past because, well, it's still working right now if you're building single tenant applications, meaning if you're building solution for your own specific problem, for your own company, then it works. Now, fast forward to the Salesforce context. How come we can't just launch Prediction.io and call it Einstein? Why do we need a whole new solution? The reason is very simple, because there are 100,000 customers in Salesforce. And if we ask them to use the open source, create custom solution by themselves, or maybe we hire 50 engineers for each tenant and then build it for them, it doesn't make sense. So the thing I want to highlight is, in the Einstein platform, the magic behind is actually multi-tenancy, which is very unique in the industry. When we look at existing solution, machine learning libraries, there's very little mention about the problem of multi-tenancy. When you're building applications, let's say we build predictive lead scoring application. In our mind, we're not building it for one company. In our mind, we're building it for 100,000 companies, which are totally different company. They can be like 5 people shops using Salesforce. They can be thousands of salespeople using Salesforce on the same day. But then we're creating a predictive lead scoring applications, the same applications for all these different companies. So what do we need? Mark Benioff, the CEO, he has a famous quote say, behind every company, there are customers. I modified it a little bit. Behind every AI magics, there are data pipelines. So what we need is a very production-ready data pipeline to get data in. And we have a way to automatically build a lot of models. So for each customer, we need to build a lot of models, automatically select the best one, and deploy it in a very stable way. So you can't say, oh, we deployed the model for 90% of the customers, and we are very happy. But how about the remaining 10%? And when we do data science evaluation, like when you do modeling, you need to do evaluations, right? Be it precisions, recall. But when we build one application, we can't say, oh, it's great. We improved the accuracy by 10% for 50% of the customers. The rest of the 50%, the accuracy drops. It doesn't matter. We improved the accuracy. So when we're building the platform, it's very different. How can we serve all these customers? When we're doing data pooling, when we're doing feature selection, when we're doing feature engineering, data cleaning, when we're building models, when we're selecting models, when we're doing data evaluations, all this, because of the multi-tenancy, we need to give it a new perspective. And we're big users of open source technologies, Spark, Scholars, Akka, and all these technologies. We're also, of course, contributors to an open source world. And as some of you guys know that, like, Mr. Einstein is a friend, or, well, in business world, we call it partner of Mr. Watson. So we work closely together in the open source space. They have Apache's Spark System ML with IBM Spark Center, and we support Apache Prediction IO, we support Apache Phoenix. So it's a very exciting space where we need a lot of production-ready open source machine learning tools. And I think that's where it makes the industry very exciting. We're going beyond just building a model in the laboratory to production-ready machine learning, for a lot of customers automatically. So thank you.